It's Koji here. In this video, I want to talk about how to manage social media for designers. So basically, this is a hot topic because, as you know, social media is one of the necessary evils for marketing these days, or at least it's one of the mainstream ways of getting clients. Now, I talked about social media, cold outreach, and those topics in a lot of videos, but in this one, I really want to focus on how you can manage social media. Also, some insights as to what I think are the best social media channels for designers, and how to basically organize all this because I can tell you from firsthand experience. I tried all sorts of different socials, and as you might know, I'm quite active on YouTube, or I have been in the past years. And I soon realized that there are a lot of pros and cons when it comes to social media, but it's really important to manage it well. Otherwise, it's going to slowly creep in and manage you, and you're not going to see the sort of ROI that you're looking for. And it's going to be very complex. It's going to make your life more complex than necessary. So, first of all, my recommendation is if you're starting out as a designer, just focus on your design portfolio and having that established in the best way, and think about social media afterwards because at the end of the day, it's a very simple sales cycle, the one that you are establishing as a designer. You are first of all establishing the product, which is yourself, your services, and then social media. You're going to leverage it only to drive traffic. Now, I would also add the argument that it's not necessarily the best way to drive traffic, especially if you're in certain niches like the ones where I'm in, which is UI UX design. Most founders, most CEOs aren't going to spend a lot of time looking for, Figma videos or UI UX design videos. A lot of the times that's fellow designers. However, it's really useful, in my personal opinion, social media for establishing trust and authority. Because even if my potential clients aren't looking at my YouTube videos, some of them might be, but it's going to be a sign of authority and trust, seeing that I have an established channel in this niche and I have over 900 videos. So it just helps. It's not going to automatically convert with the sell. So I just want to manage expectations as to how much social media can be useful because I know actually designers that do not have a social media presence and they're killing it. So my recommendation is treat it with a grain of salt. I know that out there everybody is raving about social media and how you should spend most of your time there, but I think there's a lot of nuances. A lot of the times also, people have teams or people that can help them, and they're not selling services like we are selling as designers, which, we're selling essentially time for money. You can package it however you want. You can do hourly rate, you can do, monthly subscriptions, but at the end of the day, that's what we're doing in one way or another. So in our specific situation, it's really important how we utilize that time. And if you work on social media, you can't work on client projects. So again, management is super important. All of this to say, to talk about what I done in past months with my current structure, which essentially boils down to scheduling and working in bulk when it comes to social media, because my schedule personally it's very packed. And one of the things which I found most useful is to record videos in batches, for example, or post or create, articles, and then basically batch drip feed them. I don't know how it's called exactly. Over the span of time. So scheduling softwares, I personally use the Metricool, which is, I believe, Metricool app, something around those lines, .com. It's really useful. I believe that you can have a lot for free, so you don't have to pay for that necessarily. I actually had at a certain point the premium account, but I wasn't posting as much, so you can definitely do that for free. And then simply experiment with the type of social media that you prefer the most. I mean, I'm just saying ideas of what worked for me. So, for example, with this channel, I actually like to keep the scheduling at a minimum. I just want to, post whenever I like. I do have other YouTube channels where the scheduling is already filled up for the next 6 months, and those are channels in the design industry and also non-design related industries. And Instagram also have different formats, for example. So you're going to need to make that call yourself, based on the type of channels that you're focusing on. I believe also, with Twitter, there's different rules, there's different trends. So I highly recommend you to consider scheduling. And this is especially true when you're going to have moments which are inevitable, personally, I think, where you're going to be flooded with work. So maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, there's a lot going on at your main full-time job, or maybe you have a lot of freelance projects under your belt. And you wanted to be sure that you're keeping consistency, which I believe is especially true for the algorithm. They're really eager in see the consistency over there. And so scheduling, I believe it's really useful, and you can do that in all sorts of different ways. But overall, when it comes to social media, I believe most people are hyping it too much. Like, even with my channel, it's not like I have a bazillion clients coming up each and every month from YouTube or whatnot. I believe that as designers, one of the most useful things is to have a high quality established design portfolio, which basically makes you shine across all the other designers. So spend a lot of time on that, because it's one of the most, or actually the most important thing, personally, I believe. And then you also wanted to spend the time doing outreach, and doing it in more creative ways also. So a mix of personalized text, but I believe also Loom videos are highly underrated. Pretty much no applicants uses them, but they do convey a lot more if you use them strategically, and they can be a serious game changer. So instead of going 100% on creating content on social media, you can also think about things like doing outreach with Loom videos. That is definitely going to be helpful. And again, 2025, I'm a big fan of cold outreach still, if done right, if done with a purpose, and trying to think how you can add value uh, as soon as possible with the lowest amount of friction to that company, which is going to be dependent on the company on a case by case scenario, also depending on the niche that you're focusing on. But I believe that is super, super powerful. I mean, if I lost my all the clients, all the you know network they had, I would just do a lot of cold outreach and having a solid portfolio that is simply going to work, instead of just creating content and waiting for opportunities to come passively, which may come, may not come, but still at the same time, it's definitely good to feed the social media algorithm with especially evergreen content, so you can have the best of both worlds. I would actually focus more on social media when I do not when I'm not looking for business, such as in this moment of time. I'm not looking for clients. I'm not looking for extra projects. So some people are going to do social media to basically grow my audience, and then I can also change, my path later on. So definitely having an audience is something which is helpful, and you should cultivate as well. So I hope this video was helpful. If there's anything in particular that you want me to address, or you have any comments or questions regarding this topic, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer. And if you want to learn more about design, I have over 900 videos on my channel, entirely for free. So feel free to check them out, and I'll see you in the next one.